up? We're talking some liposuction today, fat transfer, how to avoid tummy tucks. We suck out lots of fat, make huge dramatic change for people. We're not making little changes here, we're making huge dramatic changes. Get these bellies to go away, to disappear, that overhanging belly. If you're sick and tired of it, then it's time to get rid of it. It's time to say bye-bye and be done. It's time to move on and become the new version of you, the version that's confident, the version that's happy, the version that loves your body. It's been too many years for too many of us, right? You let yourself go. We make mistakes. Now's the time for retribution to come back and solve the problems that you've caused over the years. Because the truth is what happens is as adults we continue to do the things that we were taught as we were younger, and that might have been your diet, that might have been your exercise routine or lack thereof. And when you do that, sometimes those things that we've done for maybe decades have caused the problems. And when you realize that you're the one that's been causing the problems, then the nice thing about it is that you realize that you're the one that can solve it as well. But it takes action. You know, the reality that when you realize that the potential is there for you and it's possible, that's just potential. But if you don't take action, then that power is not yours. You have to realize that this is possible and then start to take action on it. You know, many of us, we know that it's possible to lose weight with exercise. We already know that stuff. We know it's possible to lose weight with exercise. We know it's possible to lose weight with diet. Yes, we know that. However, if you don't take action on either one of those, then you don't get either one of the results. You know, with liposuction, this young lady was told that, you know, she was asked if she was pregnant so many times, and she got so sick of it until one day she just decided, you know what, I'm so sick and fucking tired of this shit, of people asking me if I'm pregnant, and I'm so sick of it that I'm gonna start taking action. And so what she did is she found us. She found My Shape Lipo, and she contacted us, and she got a consultation, and she paid her deposit, she paid for the procedure, and she took action. And when you take action, that's when you start to get results. See, people that talk about things, you don't get shit. Okay, and I know I have lots of friends like this from high school that they talk this da 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 da. I'm sure you women have lots of friends like that too. You just keep talking. It's talk, 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 talk. People that don't take action, all it is just talk in their lives. And at some point, you start to realize that. At some point, where you're like, you know what? I'm tired of just talking about it. I'm tired of telling my friends what I want, or I'm talking of, you know, that I don't have this, and focusing on the things that you don't have in your life. And instead, you got to start focusing on the things that you want and just start going and get it. And things happen. I'm telling you, when you start taking action, things start happening in your life. What's up, Sabrina? She said, I can't wait. I'm waiting for my loan to be approved. Awesome. Awesome. See, that's, you know, when you take action, it's like you have hope. You know, you have potential. And the potential to achieve what you want is always there. It's always there. But those people that they start feeling sorry for themselves, they start focusing on the negative. They start focusing on what they don't have. And when you focus on what you don't have, that's all you see. You know, we've had a few people, previous patients that are like this. And I keep telling you, is like, you get whatever you focus on. You get whatever you focus on. So if you're focused on what you don't have, that's all you're going to understand, and that's all you're going to perceive in your life is what you don't have. So there's people that get these awesome results, right? The hourglass figure, there's booty popping out, and it's amazing, right? And you look, and some of you look at this, is like, wow, I wish I could have that. And yet the same person, say, yeah, but there's a little bit of irregularity, there's a little bit of an asymmetry, the skin's a little bit imperfect. And that person that is so focused on those little small details and imperfections, of people that are so focused on those little things, they completely miss the big picture. They completely miss the big picture, and consequently what happens is their feelings, how they feel about themselves. All they focused on was all the little tiny things that they don't have. So when they focus on those things, they feel like that's the only thing. They're so focused on the little stuff, and they don't realize that they got that booty pop. They don't realize that they got that hourglass figure. They don't realize these things because they're so focused on the small, minute details that it's never perfect. In life, it's never perfect in anything in your life. And so, but when you can always find negative things if you look for them. So when you're that person that you're just focused on the negative stuff and trying to find it, I promise you, you will find it, and you're gonna find lots of it. Because life sucks if you're focused on the negative part. Because it's always there. There's always negative. Always negative. But at the same time, there's always positive. And the people that see the positive, they tend to feel better about themselves, to feel better about their lives, and feel like they're achieving and accomplishing and moving forward. And the people that focus on the negative things, all they see is a negative, and they feel like the world is collapsing on them. They feel like nothing can go right because all they can see is the negative. So I went to a Tony Robbins conference 5-6 years back, and Tony Robbins did this little exercise with the people. He said, I want you to look around the room. Give you 30 seconds, go look around the room, and you're gonna look for as many red things as you can. And so all the people were looking around the room, we're checking it out, and you're counting how many red things you can see. He said, okay, 30 seconds are up. And I said, I want you to close your eyes, okay? And I want you to tell me how many red things that you saw. And so the people, you close your eyes and you tell me, how many red things. People start spurting out numbers, 15, 20, 22, 23, whatever, okay? And he says, okay, with your eyes closed, keep your eyes closed. I want you to tell me how many brown things you saw. And everybody's like, I wasn't even looking for brown stuff, right? And so you're trying to remember, but you can't remember shit because you were focused on the red. You weren't focused on the brown. So the point is to make you realize that you really only see what you're focused on. And if you're focused on the negative things, that's all you're going to see. And if that's all you see, then you're going to feel appropriately considering the things that you're perceiving. On the flip side, let's just look at this young lady here. She clearly, on the positive side, we got a ton of fat out of her. Big dramatic change. The belly retracted back. That hanging portion is gone. She can see her pubic area again. She can clean herself again in areas where she hasn't been able to see or touch for a long time. She can bend over and touch her toes for the first time in a long time. Her back pain is resolved. Her knee pain is resolved. Her blood pressure is reduced. Her diabetes has... the blood sugars are better controlled. All this is the positive stuff if you're focused on it. But if you're not focused on it, you can look at the negative stuff. You say, well, she's got a slight asymmetry here. The skin didn't tighten up perfect, right? And if you focus on those things, you can see them absolutely, they're there. In fact, I see some people will comment here, but what about the loose skin? Did you not see the huge dramatic change? This is a consequence of getting this big of a change. When you get this big of a change, there's consequences. It's not perfect. There's nothing that's ever perfect, but it's way freaking better. And those of you that want way freaking better in your life, then you're willing to accept the potential downside because nothing's ever perfect. And those are the type of people that are the happiest after these results. The people that they just want better. Because they know how shitty this lifestyle is, living like this. They know how crappy it is, and they realize that, you know what? If it's just way better than it was before, I'd be happy with that. And those people are super happy. And they're grateful. That's the key. They're grateful for what they get. Instead of being only focused on the negative things and what you don't have. That's the victim mentality. You may have heard of it. It's the victim mentality. Okay, Galicia says, what are the determining factors if you need a tummy tuck or lipo? Is it the fat measure? I have a consultation soon, but would want the education. Okay, so look, whether you need a tummy tuck or not, what's the determining factor? All it is what you want. That's it. Now, how do you make the decision? So you look at, for us, we're showing people how you can avoid the tummy tuck. So what I'm going to tell you is you don't need a tummy tuck, okay? However, there's consequences, right? You got a big belly like this, we take out the fat, it shrinks up, significantly smaller. Maybe the consequences are that you still have stretch marks. Maybe the consequences are that you have some slight irregularities. Maybe the consequences are that your belly button might look little bit weird afterwards. However, the consequence is that belly's gone. That overhang is gone. That back pain that accompanies this huge belly, it's gone. Now, whether you want a huge scar, that's a tummy tuck, or you just want the results, having the fat gone, you know, that's a choice that you have to make. I'm here to show people the alternative to a tummy tuck. So if you want to avoid a tummy tuck, then that's what we show people how to do. If you want a tummy tuck and you want a big scar, then by all means, that's your vision, it's going to draw you towards it, right? So those of you who want the tummy tuck and want the big scar, you'll be drawn towards that, and you'll believe the bullshit that they tell you, that it's going to be better and you're going to have a flat belly. You'll believe that stuff. If you hear the people talking about a tummy tuck and you're like, hell no, I don't want that. Hell no, I don't want the big scar. I don't want general anesthesia. The recovery looks horrendous. If that's your thought process, then you're going to be way more drawn to avoiding a tummy tuck. Make sense? So the determining factor is it's a psychological determination. It's what you want. It's what you understand. But clearly we can get the fat out of there. Clearly we can get the belly to go away. Clearly we can make a big dramatic change. And you don't have to do a tummy tuck. But the trade-off is different. With the tummy tuck, you trade off skin for a big scar. Liposuction, the skin tightens up, but it may not be perfect. Right? Just like same thing with a tummy tuck, it's never perfect. It's a trade-off. Okay, I was having pain on my feet since I did lipo. That pain went away. Yeah. You know, it's like when we remove large volumes of fat, it's kind of like losing weight. I mean, you're gonna lose some weight as a consequence of doing large volume liposuction, but you know, it shouldn't be the focus. The weight loss shouldn't be the focus. However, you know, you're going to notice all these little tiny things that are consequences of doing liposuction, like the pain in your back goes away, the pain in your knees goes away, your blood sugars are better controlled, your blood pressure seems to be better controlled, and you can get along with less medication. All these things are, you know, they're possible. I see it happen all the time with our patients. Does it happen for everyone? No, but most people, yeah. And you just have to go through the process, and maybe it happens for you, maybe it doesn't happen for you. But here's the truth, is whatever, you just keep moving forward. You keep trying to improve. If this works out great for you and you avoid a tummy tuck and you're super happy, awesome. But if afterwards you're like, you know what, the skin's a little bit loose, I don't love that, then you do more. You can do more. There's non-surgical treatments to tighten up the skin. You know, that's the next step maybe for you. Maybe you're happy and the skin looks awesome and everything's great and you're like, I'm done. I can go about my life and be happy now. Awesome. That's good for you. But sometimes you might feel like, hey, I'm not done. I have other things. I want to keep pushing. I want to keep improving. I want to keep doing. Now, here's the things that you can control. You can control what you do. And by what you do, it means you control what you consume. So the food that goes in your mouth, you control that. You control whether you're drinking water. You control that. You control how much sleep you get, right? Maybe, I don't know. You know, at least you can control the time you go to sleep to make sure that you have an extended period of time to have the ability to sleep. It makes a difference. If you don't control these little things, then how can you control the big things? You have to control the things that you can control, because most of the things are out of your control. The results that you get is really out of your control. Is that, you know, it's somewhat in my control. I influence the results, but you know, I do what I can do. I do the magic, you know, that I know how to do, and then we just have to wait and see. And you know, it's like, you know, I don't know who's gonna determine whether everything's gonna turn out great, whether your body's gonna heal better than this other person's. You know, nobody knows, right? That's out of our control. The only thing I can control is taking out the fat as evenly, as smoothly as possible, and I just hope for the best. And that's the way it's always been, and that's the truth. I can control some stuff during the procedure, but not everything. I just do the best that I can. You're the same way. You can control some things in your life, but you can't control everything. So control the things that you can control, and then just let it go. Just let it go. Because if you can't control it, then there's no reason to be worried about it. There's no reason to be, have anxiety and fear about something that you can't control, because that's just stupid. You're having anxiety and fear about something that doesn't matter what you do, you can't control it. Now, you may have this big belly right now, and you're like, you're trying all these things. You could do the things that you can control, and once you've done the things that you can control, then you got to try something else. To get more drastic. Let's say you tried diet, you tried exercise, you did everything that you felt was in your control, and you weren't able to achieve the goal that you're looking for. So what next? So then you need help, right? And that's where liposuction is a way to get you to somewhere where you weren't able to do that yourself. I can get the fat out of your belly. I can make that belly go away. I can help you. I can help get you further along than you could have done on your own. Now, is it going to solve all your problems? No. But it's going to help. It's going to help get you further down the path. Yep, Stacy says, talk that talk and walk that walk. Okay, La Queen says, I was heavier. See, losing weight, it's all going to help, right? How much is the lipo? So, Ms. Vasquez, any of your pricing stuff, you're going to go to our quick quote. The quick quote can be found on the profile. You go find our link tree, and on the link tree you can find the quick quote. And the quick quote is easy, quick and easy. It's free, and you can get instant pricing immediately. And this can also be found on our website. Sherika, show me love. Quick question, okay? Is it better to get lipo on the arms or brachioplasty? Well, you heard my talk on the tummy tuck, so it's the same thing. I'm just gonna repeat it for the arms. It's the same thing. Look, the skin tightens up. It doesn't matter where. You've just been told, and you believed them. You've been told that you're gonna have an empty sack of skin. That's what you've been told. And then if you believe them, because just because they have some letters behind their name, or because they're wearing this white coat, or they have this big office, if you believe them because of that shit, then you're as dumb as they are. If you want to see results, you got to see consistent results. Okay? I'm telling you right now, don't believe me. Don't believe me. Go see the results. And you can actually go communicate with my previous patients. We created this private Facebook group where you can go on to our private Facebook group and communicate with our previous patients. You can talk to them. Ask them these questions. And so if you think it's, it's just my opinion. If I tell you you should get liposuction over brachioplasty, that's just my opinion. And I do liposuction, not a brachioplasty. So I have a incentive to encourage you to do liposuction. There's a financial incentive there. So because of that, I'm saying don't trust me. I have an incentive. I'm going to make money if you get liposuction, right? So go speak with our previous patients, and you can find that on the Facebook group, and go talk to them, because you'll see time and time again that these people get away without doing the brachioplasty or without doing any of the cutting procedures. It's time and time again. I show consistency. And it isn't just one time deal. Just one picture, this person got amazing results, and then you have to just hope and pray that you're the next person. No, it's like over and over and over and over and over. I've done thousands and thousands of these procedures, and I've attained consistency. And when I talk about these results, it's because I've seen it thousands of times, that it's possible, thousands of times, not just a couple times, thousands of times. And people that are very large, people that are very small, people that are all different spectrum of colors of, races or whatever. Fat is fat. Suck the fat out of everybody. All different types of people, all different ages, male, females, and males that want to be females, females that want to be males. It doesn't matter. Your fat is your fat, right? These results are consistent. And it's just a question of if you want these type of results. If you feel like you want to trade your skin for a big cut, a big scar, then you're left with that big scar for the rest of your life. And that's permanent. It's there forever. And if you don't want a big scar, then you better look for alternatives. Now here's the crazy thing, is that you can get liposuction and you don't have the big scar, And what if you're unhappy afterwards and you want the skin cut away? You can still do that. It's always possible. But what if you go get the brachioplasty and you're like, I fucking hate this. I absolutely hate it. You can't go back. There's no going back. You got that big scar. It is what it is. That's who you are right now. Now, liposuction, what I suggest is get liposuction first. And the skin always tightens up, I promise you. It always does. The question is that what you were expecting? Is that what you wanted? And if it is, if the answer is yes, then cool. You stop right there. You're all done. If you feel like you need more, you can always get the skin cut away. Tummy tuck, you can always do that. That's always. In fact, with there's less fat in there, it's way easier to do those type of procedures. But you don't have to, unless you want to. And this gives you the power. It's the power to make the decision on your own. That's nice. You added denim. So we got to do censoring here. So if you guys see, you know, like it gets, I hope you guys realize this isn't photoshopped per se. We're just we cover up because we get censored. That's it. That's the only reason why. Okay, Sharika says their arms look good. Can't wait to get mine taken care of. Yeah, who wants that big scar? I mean, nobody wants the big scar, but I think what happens is people we're programmed to believe that we have to get a big scar. We're programmed to believe that we have to get a tummy tuck. So some of these girls come into me, and their mindset from when they were a kid is that I'm gonna have kids, I'll get the stretch marks, and then I'll get a tummy tuck, just like mom did, and just like grandma did. It's the same program. It's the same program. What I'm speaking to is a person who woke up in the middle of that bullshit program and realized that you don't have to follow the same bullshit stuff that your mom did and your grandma did. You don't have to do it because things have changed. And you don't have to fall into that same path. I'm showing you a new path. I'm shining my light and enlightening you. It's illuminating and showing you a different way to accomplish the same type of thing. You want to get rid of that belly, you want to feel better about yourself. That's okay. You don't have to cut the skin away unless you want to. How much is the lipo? So any of the let's see, I'll put the on Instagram here. I just pinned the comment. So that's for our link tree, and on the link tree you'll find the quick quote. So Diva says, I need it badly. This procedure can be done as quickly as you want it to. We have people that move very quickly and people that move very slowly. It's just like everything else in life. I move quickly. I always move quickly. It's just my nature. So I want to help you quick because I don't personally like to wait for things, and I'm sure that you don't like to wait for things either. So if you want to move quickly, we can move quickly for you. Okay, this person says, I had lipo, tummy tuck, BBL already. Can you do a second round of lipo? Yeah, but here's the question. And this is, I think, I'm hoping that you will serve as an example to other people, because here's the problem. You shouldn't get a second round on these procedures. That should not happen. It should be done right the first time. You should get enough fat out the first time so you'll never have to go back there and again. Because going back in a second time is called, first of all, it's possible, but second, it's called a revision. So revision means that we're going back in the same area, trying to accomplish the same thing, but it wasn't done right the first time. So now the second time around, we're dealing with scar tissue, and the scar tissue is challenging. And the scar tissue is an unknown. The truth is we don't know what to expect. So when you have scar tissue, the scar tissue is going to inhibit the potential results. So the goal is to get this done right the first time. So that's where you see consistent results. Like we have hundreds of these pictures. You can see, and then you can go communicate with our patients, our previous patients, and talk to them. So you can know with certainty. You can feel confident in your decision moving forward and realize that our patients consistently get the results that you want. It's not just 1 in 100, it's consistently. And when you speak to our patients, you'll start to understand why. Because it's I've done this thousands of times. I've done repetitions over and over and over, thousands of times, exactly the same thing. I get the results consistently because I do the same things every time. I have consistent ways of doing things. I'm like uh, OCD. I'm not OCD, but I'm like OCD about this. For me, when I do these procedures, I'm very, very regimented and consistent. I do the same things consistently, and I'm very, very regimented. And this is really pretty much the only thing that I do this with in my life. And the rest of my life, I'm chill, relaxed, and I'm like whatever. Life is good, and I relax. But when it comes to liposuction, I'm like, no, it's got to be this way every time. Right? I'm like the soup king or whatever. Right? It's got to be perfect every time. But that's liposuction, right? I do the best that I can, and that's why I get the results that I get. Okay, Isela Sanchez says, what about post lipo and inner thigh skin tightening up with workouts? Well, workouts aren't going to make your skin tighten out. That's going to make big muscles. But if you make bigger muscles, you can stretch the skin. That might cause the issue to tighten the skin up. But the liposuction, with the smart lipo laser skin tightening is going to help the skin to tighten up. There are non-surgical type things like a radio frequency based technologies that you can utilize. Venus Legacy is the one that we use. But after these procedures, it's definitely important to eat a healthy lifestyle, a healthy diet, and live a healthy lifestyle, and do the things that are in your best interest to continue to improve. See, this isn't just like the end all be all. It's not like you just get this procedure and that's it, you're done. It's like you get this procedure and that's just one step in the journey. The next step is you're going to continue to do other things to improve yourself, like eat a healthier diet, drink more water, get more sleep, exercise more, move more. You got to keep doing, right? And if you keep doing and keep improving, then everything keeps getting better. What's up, Roxanne? Glorious woman from South Carolina. I like seeing you here on YouTube. Sabrina says, I wouldn't even care about the loose skin. See, it's funny how people have different expectations, right? And I know there's people that are like that. Like this lady here, she said, I wouldn't, she has that mindset, right? But it was so bad before, she's like, I'll take anything. And when you have that mindset of like, it was so bad before, I'd accept anything. Anything is better than this crap. And when you have that mindset, you're super happy no matter what. No matter what, you're super happy. Even if it's not perfect, you're super happy because you're like, I'm way better than it was before. Now, that mindset allows you to be happy. When you get the mindset of perfection, you're looking for the details, and fine details have to be perfect every time. It's got to be perfect. If you're thinking like that, you're going to be unhappy no matter what. In life, like that sucks ass. It sucks. And I've been like that. I've been like that for a long time. I was like everything has to be perfect and perfect. And if it's not perfect, I was pissed and I was so upset about things, and I held myself personal responsibility. It's got to be perfect every time. And I was unhappy. I was unhappy with my life. Then I realized, you know what? I can control some things. I can't control everything. So I'm going to be happy because as long as I can control the things that I can control, I'm just going to let go of whatever else happens and just allow it to happen. And it's in God's hands or whatever you want and whatever you believe. But it's not my responsibility anymore. All I can do is I can control myself. I can control the things that I do. And when I control the things that I do, I'm able to influence the world around me, but I can't change everything. I can only influence it. Garcia says, I need this in my life. We're located in Las Vegas. A short flight from pretty much anywhere. About 80% of our patients are flying in from out of state because we specialize specifically in liposuction. Uki says, book my appointment, please. Well, it doesn't happen by making a comment. That's for damn sure. So you got to go to. You can find all of our links on our link tree in our profile. There's a couple of options. The first thing that you're going to do when you're looking for pricing, you're going to click on the quick quote, and that gets you your instant pricing. Then once you see the pricing, you're like, this is awesome. I can roll with this. Pricing's good. And you're serious. You're ready to move forward. The next step is a formal consultation. We charge for that. It's $100. You're paying for my time. But man, look at these results. This is awesome. You look at the side profile, how much more narrow this person got. And here's the cool thing. You see how with the belly sticks out further than the breast in the before picture? That is just not the way it's supposed to be. And it doesn't have to be that way. And if you're like that, it doesn't have to be that way. And afterwards, when we take that fat away, it retracts back, and that belly is all of a sudden retracted back, and your breasts stick out further. That's the difference. Now, is the skin perfect? Nope, it's not. It's not. But the breasts are sticking out further than the belly. We accomplish that. So it's a trade-off. What do you want? Do you want perfect skin, or do you want to have all the other stuff that comes along with having a smaller belly? All the other benefits that come with taking out large volumes of fat. Because there's tons and tons of benefits, health-wise, visual-wise, functionality-wise. There's tons and tons of benefits. But if you don't see them, then it's wasted on you. It's wasted on you because all you're focused on is the negative things. So there's something like you got to flip a switch in your mind. And some people are stuck on this victim mentality, like the world has done something against you. And they're so concerned about the things that they can't control. It's like, woe is me. It was done to me. I can't control this. Oh my gosh. This happened to me. This is the victim mentality. This is the way, the people that are unhappy about everything in their life, they feel like they're a victim. And at some point in your life, you just have to realize that you can't control everything. And it's not bad. It just is what it is. Bad things happen. They happen to all of us. And if you can't control it and a bad thing happens, like, shit happens. Right? That's why we made up the saying, shit happens. Because it happens. And you can't control everything. And if you get really upset about the things you can't control, then that's on you. That's it. That's on you. Because you can't control it, just like I can't control it. But if you're getting upset about it, then that's you not able to control your own mindset and the way that you think about things. Paola says, does the skin in the inner thigh retract back as well? The skin retracts back. When we do this technique, it retracts back on every part of the body, whether it's the abdomen, the chest, the inner thighs, the arms, the chin. It retracts back everywhere. Now, each individual has the different potential, right? Now, she's, I don't know, we'll say older. I would say she's probably in her late 40s, early 50s, and I'm being generous and nice here. But she had issues with loose skin. She had issues with those jowls. But you can see how when we take that fat away, the skin tighten up. And you can see how the jowls go away. And all of a sudden, where she didn't have a jawline, she has a jawline now. Now, I don't know if just because this happens to her that this is going to happen to you, but I can tell you that in seeing an example like this, it'll make you realize of what's possible for you or someone like you. Okay, Vaser lipo or regular lipo? What's the difference? Well, lipo is lipo. Lipo is the removal of fat, and Vaser is a technology. Not a very good one in my opinion. It's an ultrasound-based technology. It's supposedly it breaks up the fat. I've used it a few times, and I have found zero benefit, and it didn't help me at all. I didn't like it. So yeah, that's my personal preference. But the choice is yours. If you believe that a technology is going to get you results, then I got a bridge to sell you. But here's the truth. It doesn't matter what technology you put in my hand. It's the hands that are magic, not the technology. Okay, and I'm saying my hands are magic, but it's just the repetition. I've done this. It's the muscle memory. I've done this stuff thousands and thousands of times, and you can put Vaser in my hands, and I'll do the same thing, and I create the same results, and I'm sucking out fat. You put the tickle lipo. You put me whatever liposuction equipment technology, the stuff that removes the fat. You put it in my hands, and I'll make magic happen with it. And the flip side. It doesn't matter with other individuals, other doctors that can't get good results. It doesn't matter what technology you put in their hands, they're going to get shitty results. So don't get caught up on believing that you need to find a specific technology, because it's not the technology that gets the results. It's the individual that's utilizing the technology. It's like an artist, right? I can have the best paintbrushes, but if I don't know how to paint, then I'm wasting my time, right? And I'm gonna produce garbage. So it's not the the equipment, it's the artist. All right. Halloween today. Hope you guys are all set for that. I'm gonna have to get out of here soon. I got, candy to hand out, right? So this is kind of like a, counter to my belief, right? I'm trying to change the world and having people eat less candy, less sugar, less carbohydrates, to live a healthier lifestyle, and obviously be thinner. But this is on a holiday when we're supposed to be handing out candy, and I'm just like, this is not something that I want to do, and I don't want to encourage kids. But I also don't want to be that dude that's handing out apples to kids. Uh, but you know, I hope you guys are having a great Halloween. And a lot of times this is the holiday when people feel like they can dress up and not be themselves. And the funny thing is, I was thinking, I'm like, I dress up as this character all the time, every day. This is not me. I'm just that, I come to work and I put this costume on as this liposuction specialist, and I've been pretending to be this liposuction specialist for 17 years now and playing this character for you guys. And I think I've been doing a pretty damn job playing this character, but this is a character to me because, I chose to take on this character. I chose to take on this role, but this is not me. I'm not this box, this title, this liposuction specialist, this PA, this whatever you want to call me. I'm not this box. I'm not this label. And I feel like every time I walk out of the house, it's like putting on a costume. And that's why, to me, the Halloween is like, it's no big deal because I'm wearing a costume every day. And the truth is, all of us are, right? You girls go and you put this makeup on, and you put your eyelashes on, you do your hair, and you put on some nice clothes, you get your heels, and you look a certain way. That's a costume, right? It's not really you. We're putting on this show for everybody else, and I for one, get tired of that crap. So when the holidays like this comes around, this Halloween where we're supposed to dress up in another costume, I'm like, I'm sick and tired of being someone else, and pretending to be something that I'm not. That's just me. But some people like the stuff. Some people like to, dress up and pretend, and pretend there's something else, something other than what they are, and that's cool. That's cool. I get it. Okay, how soon after mega lipo can we fly? So our procedures, recommendations are flying the day before the procedure and stay for 48 hours afterwards. And about 85% of our patients are flying in from out of state, so lots of people are doing this. And if you are coming by yourself, we do have a recovery house where you can stay at. When you schedule, we'll give you information about that. Is it true that if you have most physicians will not support this procedure? If you have high blood pressure, I've been working on losing weight and changed my diet before I have the consultation. So high blood pressure is it's very, very common with people that are overweight. My patients, very, very, very common. I'd say the majority of them have high blood pressure. The majority of my patients are pre-diabetic or diabetic. This is all due to the fat. There's lots of problems that come with the fat. Now, here's the cool thing is that when we take large volumes of fat off, a lot of these things change. Your blood pressure goes down. Your diabetic profile improves. Your cholesterol goes down. Your activity level goes up, right? You start moving more because you got less fat on you. Your confidence level just goes through the roof. So a lot of these things start to change because a lot of your problems are because of the fat itself. Now, I would highly suggest that you start focusing on changing your lifestyle and your diet. I highly recommend the keto diet. The keto diet is eliminating or significantly reducing carbohydrates and sugar. And now currently in our Western diet, we are rich in the carbohydrates and sugar, which makes it so our body burns these products, these sugar and the carbohydrates, as energy. And when we're burning sugar and carbohydrates, we get this really fast burn, this spike of energy, and then a crash. And a lot of people will fill in the gap between meals. They'll fill in that gap with coffee, right? And so they're trying, so they get this burst of sugar in the morning because they eat their donuts and croissants and things, high carbohydrate diets, and they shoot their blood sugar up, and it drops down because this is what's happening. When you eat those carbohydrate rich diets, you get a spike in blood sugar, And then blood, the sugar in our blood is not a good thing. Our body does not like sugar circulating in the blood. So what does it do? Our pancreas starts to release insulin. Insulin draws the sugar from the blood, and it allows it to get into the cells to produce for energy. Or it allows it to get into the fat cells and be stored as energy. Okay? So our body doesn't like the sugar in circulating through the blood. Why is that? Well, it causes inflammation and it causes problems all over the body. So the body freaks out when your blood sugar spikes. The body's like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? We got all this poison essentially circulating through the system. We gotta pump out as much insulin as possible to get that sugar out of there as quick as we can. Once the insulin goes out there, it gets the blood sugar and it sucks it in and it stores it as fat, or we utilize it as energy. And then what happens? The blood sugar in the sugar in the blood tanks, and so we get a spike and a trough. And so now we feel like crap, we're tired. So after you eat these big meals and you got food coma, it's not supposed to happen. It's because of the sugar. You get food coma because of the sugar, because of the carbohydrates. When you start eating a lower carbohydrate diet, you don't get that. When you start eating more vegetable-based diet, you don't get that. You don't get these huge spikes. You don't get that. If you start eating a healthier lifestyle, you can start experiencing what it's like to have a healthy body. But you got to think of it like this: is you are an accumulation of whatever you consume, and that's food, because we all consume the food, right? So if you're consuming garbage, your body is going to slowly become garbage, right? But it's also the mental. You're an accumulation of the mental things that you consume. So if you're watching TV and you're watching the fake news, or you're hanging out with your friends that are all negative, and your friends that are telling you how you're a victim and they're a victim and everybody's taking advantage of you, when you're around people like that, it influences you. Okay? From the flip side, if you're around people that are positive and lifting you up, it'll influence you in a different way. So if you want to control the influence that you have, you got to control what's around you, what you are being exposed to. So that exposure might be the food that you're eating. You got to consume better foods, and you get better outcome. You got to be around better people, more positive people, and you get a more positive influence. Okay, the activities that you're doing, you have to do things that are positive for you, or else you're going to have negative influence. And this is every aspect of your life. It's about doing the things that are going to have positive effects on you, and eliminating the things that have negative effects on you. And it's a slow process with our lives, right? You don't know everything that's causing problems. It's a slow process. You evaluate. So like right now, you might say, okay, I'm not drinking enough water. Okay, that's one issue that you can solve. Okay, and you don't have to do it all at once. You just start slow. You start taking this one step at a time, and you're like, okay, I don't drink enough water. All right, cool. And my diet sucks, right? I eat a lot of carbohydrates, so that's another thing. You can start working on it. Just work on it. And if you want help with the diet, we offer a ketone supplement. Now, the keto diet gets your body into ketosis. When you get into ketosis, your body starts to burn fat cells. When you burn fat, you got a smooth energy burn, so you don't get these peaks and troughs like we do when you're with the sugar. When you stop consuming sugar and carbohydrates, your body flips a switch and it starts to burn fat. It's really awesome. Your brain actually functions better in ketosis. So the brain fog lifts. You have substantially more energy. And as you have more energy, a lot of your excuses that you were making, like I'm too tired to do this, I don't have the energy to do that, a lot of those bullshit excuses that you've been making will just disappear. You'll stop making those excuses, because you won't feel that way anymore. You'll feel like you have energy. You'll feel like you're motivated, inspired, and you want to do more. Now, when you start doing more, that's when your life starts changing more, and the whole process goes faster. But you got to start consuming better stuff, and then start doing more. And it's a process. It takes time. What's up, Mary? Galicia, no problem. All right, guys, it's Halloween. I hope you had a fantastic day today. I hope you guys stay safe, And I'll be back later this week. We got a big week of sucking fat. So if you guys are ready to change your life, the next step is getting that formal consultation. The formal consultation is where you're going to meet with me directly. And we're going to review pictures, answer all your questions, and develop a plan to help change your body and change your life. And when you're ready to change, the next step is just taking that first step, right? You got to take one step. The 1,000-mile race starts with the first step. You got to take that first step and then keep going from there. So get your formal consultation, and I'll speak to you soon.